I'm going to show you guys how to make a repair on this roof. It's not really ideal weather to do this though, because it's usually you want the sun to be out so the shingle can be sealed down properly, so this tar here can seal to the roof. As you can see, this is kind of a bluish color shingle, but this here we're going to replace it with a mismatched shingle because it's free and what we had left over. So, but that doesn't really matter because this person's going to get their roof replaced pretty soon anyways, so it doesn't matter. So anyways, we're just going to line up. This is going to probably take about 2 shingles to fix this. You can see this has been patched before and tarred. I'm not really sure why they tarred it, honestly. I don't know what they were doing there. But this will be one full shingle. Almost looks like it's a little short, which is really strange. But this will take probably 2 shingles, like I said, if we can get this up. The tricky part is removing this. It's kind of like pulling siding. It gets a little tricky because this is still up underneath. Looks like they used a crown staple to secure these old shingles, which you can't even use anymore. It's against code. So you got to use 1.25 inch galvanized nails. And since if you're a homeowner, to have someone come to your house and to fix your roof or make a repair like this would be anywhere between $300 to $550. This is for my grandmother, so it's free, but maybe we'll get the roofing job out of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up this shingle here. I'm gonna use basic tools so you guys at home could do this yourself instead of getting fancy with it and using my $500 coil nailer, roofing coil nailer from Hitachi, or I guess now it's called Metabo HPT. So I'm gonna pull this guy up, get this out of here. If you want to around here. That's part of it. Dang. That one's really... pull this old crown out just so when we're done all this stuff lays flat. Should use some needle nose pliers and not tin snips, but I don't have any up here. My handle's literally coming off of my I want to be careful because otherwise I'm going to be replacing this whole entire ridge vent, which I don't want to do. And this stuff's rough to handle with your hands, so wear gloves. Don't be an idiot. And stay in school. Just kidding, I don't care. Make sure you got nothing else is gonna stick up there. That little piece is fine. I don't want to rip this up too much. All right, let's take our Home Depot special hammer. All right, so we'll go ahead and put and tuck that up underneath there. You can see a line here on your shingles. This is how far you got to tuck your shingles. Just spread the line. Sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's yellow, but this line goes all the way across. You want to make sure that's completely tucked. in replacing, so this is not going to go up far enough for me, so you're going to have to actually take, I'm actually taking, since it's colder outside, I'm not going to use a knife because the knife won't cut cold shingles. So what I use is vinyl scissors. You can buy at Home Depot. Those are like 20 bucks, 22 bucks. I'm going to cut the back end of this shingle off. When it's cold, man, it cuts beautiful. But when it's too hot, they tar up and they'll gum up on you. So you want to use a knife when it's hot outside. Knife will cut it like butter, especially a nice hook blade. Nope. Another thing I noticed, these are old, I believe these are old Certainty shingles, which have had a lot of issues over the years, a lot of recalls with these things. These ones are GAF, and it appears to be, I've never run into this problem before, but these new shingles seem to be slightly shorter than these old ones, which is really strange. Usually they've been pretty much the same length when you're doing patches or anything. So that's a new one for me. So we're still going to be covered. There's no gaps anywhere. So I'm going to go ahead. I know that one fits into place. This one fits into place now. So instead of going and buying a box of just hand-free nails, I have all these coils. So I'm just going to use them. I'm just going to take the coil here and snip it. We're going to do about 5 to 6 nails per shingle. I should probably count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Put these ones out of my way. All right, just make sure the bottom of your first shingle going down here is tucked up tight with this old line. You can actually see the fade mark on there because it's pretty old. You just want that tucked in there and tied up against your adjacent shingle. And we're going to basically put in some nails, and you got to think, if you're going to bring this shingle down to that same line, you just want to put your nail slightly above that, so you don't got a shiner or a nail sticking through. Another thing to think about too is don't put your nail too high, because that's a single layer of shingle. This is a single layer of shingle, and then this is a double, and then right here, if you go right where this double is into this, where it all fades into the backside of the shingle, it actually has a triple layer in some shingles right there. So you want to just really place it as close as you can to the middle of that, close you can to that line. That red line really almost is a nail line, really. I think that's why they put that there. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we'll put in 1. This hammer sucks. But it's what I had with me at the time, and it's what you probably will have in your garage or your average homeowner can get. I think it's like a freaking $5 hammer. And try to space them out as evenly as possible. Another thing is, your roof is at an angle. It's at a pitch. This is probably about a 5/12, which means that you have a 5-inch rise for every 12 inches in your roof. So when you're nailing these things in, you want to make sure that you're putting your nails in the same pitch or angle as your roof. You don't want to sit there, and you don't want to, because naturally you want to, your mind or your body or your hand wants to put them in, drive them straight down, but then it's not flush with the shingle. So always pitch them back to match the roof. Okay, there we go. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there. That's plenty good. We'll pick up the next one. Like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect. So we're just patching. It's not made to look pretty because it's not. Knee pads if you got them too, because this is definitely not fun on the knees, as any of you roofers know. This is the tricky part because you got to lift this shingle. I might try to leverage something to help me. I just get it to stay in there so I can hold it back. Camera guy never has to help. You gotta just struggle through this. Sometimes I'll actually go back over to the other side if I'm afraid of my shingle diving on me as I'm going across. Sometimes you will lose. Like if I'm using a nail gun, I'll usually shoot a nail on that side, and then I'll come back over here, make sure this side's all perfect and lined up, and I just shoot them all the way across. And I know this side isn't gonna slide because that already has a piece in it or a nail in it. See if I can do this without. Can't hardly get it. There we go. Just trying to get the stick in the shingle so then I can hold it with my hand. I swear I've used a hammer before. Look like a little girl using a hammer. All of this underneath here should actually be tarred, which I'll have to come back and do because I don't have any. The sun's come out just enough actually to kind of help seal these down a little bit. Like I said, at least my color isn't as bad as this old birchwood white. I don't know why somebody tarred the seams on them, but that seems a little redundant. But let's go through here and pick up our mess. But essentially, that's all you have to do. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Thanks.